What's up, YouTube family? It's S.Craft once again with another barber tutorial, and today we're going to do a comb over with a hard part, mid fade, fading down to like a V in the back with a V-shaped design. And you know, you guys have kind of seen the comb over with hard parts before that I've done. This is going to be a little different with the V-shaped design, you know, going to a more fuller V in the back. So I thought it would be a cool video to share with you guys, but also the reason I really wanted to share this video as well is I've been really trying to challenge myself with using the detachable blades. So right now that's my go-to clipper, the Octanes, and just using the detachable blade system. Reason being is because I was watching some YouTube barber tutorials online, and I came across this guy that has a channel by the name of Sheer Fades. Also, you can look him up on Instagram, Sheer Fades, and this cat is sick with these detachable blades, man. He's just killing the fade game. To my knowledge, he is very new into barbering, but man, he is just on another level. This cat is doing such a phenomenal job. So watching him do his cuts with the detachable blades, man, it inspired me to go buy some. So anyways, I've been working on this for the last month, just trying to figure out the blade system and what's what, so that I can start doing some of these blade tutorials for you guys as well. So once again, look my man up on YouTube. It's Sheer Fades. Make sure you subscribe to his channel, turn your notifications on, all that good stuff. But right now I'm using the 3.5 blade to really just knock down all the bulk so that I can prepare for this little V-shaped design that I'm going to do in the back. Now the 3.5 blade is equivalent to a little longer than a number 2 blade, or excuse me, a number 2 guard, whether it be the purple magnetic guards or you know, like wall premium guards. So it's a little bit longer than the number 2, maybe between a number 2 and a number 3. And I wanted this triangle design to be really full, so that's why I went ahead and just did it with this number 3.5 blade. So once again, I just went ahead and knocked down all the bulk at the top with the 3.5 blade, which is once again equivalent to a little bit longer than a number 2. So right now, you know, I'm just trying to make sure that I get this this little design, you know, this V-shaped design, you know, really symmetrical with the head. Make sure that it's pointing down straight in the middle, trying to make sure these lines are even on both sides. And I'm gonna shave everything underneath it. That's why I'm going really big on the bottom, and just trying to keep the top, you know, a little thinner, you know, but real clean and consistent all the way out. And I think it's a pretty nice looking, you know, triangle shape there. I'm only going to show you one side of the fade simply because I'm trying to keep my videos a little bit shorter, and we know that basically you're doing the same thing on the other side. I just actually rounded it in a little bit more on the other side, towards the parietal ridge area, and put a hard part in it, which you've seen me do that in other videos. So basically what I did, I went to my 3.5 blade, which was equivalent to a little over a number 2. Then I dropped down using the fade down technique to a number 2 blade. And with that number 2 blade, I blended right into that 3.5. And the number 2, I would say, is probably like a 1.5 guard. And then I dropped down to a 1.5 blade, which is equivalent to like a number 1 purple magnetic guard open. And now right now I'm using a 1A, which is equivalent to a number 1 guard. Now I took that off and I put on a number 1 blade, which is a little bit shorter than a number 1 guard closed. And man, I'm loving these Oster Octanes. There again, I like a good challenge, so for me it was something that really man, it makes barbering for me exciting again. You know, after you've done it for so many years, you want to find something that just challenges you, and something that you can have fun while you're at work. So now I have a OA blade on there, a 0A blade, and that OA blade is equivalent to a regular clipper blade open. So it's like a half. So I use that to fade in, but I also, as you can tell, I went right there with that open blade, or that OA. Just took the whole C cup off with that, so that way it would give me a little shadow, because I'm going to keep that C cup really light. And now I'm fading behind that. So I moved from an OA to a 000, which is like a clipper blade closed, not an edger, not a trimmer, but a clipper blade all the way closed. And I'm fading, trying to pretty much get close to balding it out. And right there you can see I'm tapping around, trying to stay away from the front little edge, because I don't want to bald that out, so that I can have the little C cup still there. And then I switched over to they call it a 5/0 blade, but it's a 50 blade, and that's basically like your trimmers. And then I just went in and kind of knocked off the rest of the hair and blended that in. As you can see now, I have my Andis Profoil shavers, just balding out that bottom really nice. Make sure it's clean right up all the way to the little V-shaped design. And anyways, just tapping around with that trimmer to make sure that I can blend out any lines that may have been left between that 50 blade and the 000 blade. So anyways, I'm loving these octanes, man. So now I'm putting the edge on it, but if you have detachable blades, I know they get expensive for the clipper and the blades, but once you learn how to use them, man, for me, they save so much time, especially when you're doing that fade down technique. And Sheer Fades has his own technique, which I love as well. But you need to check them out if you really are interested in the detachable blade clippers. Now, I'll come in and do a little touch-up work with my Oster fast feeds, and just try to bring this blend together. Right there's a little bit of bulk transitioning from that medium fade down into that real thick V shape there. As you've seen earlier, I didn't cut any of the hair really that's in the back, because I wanted to keep that full thick look right there, so whenever I comb the hair backwards, it kind of falls into it. So now we're just going to go ahead and hit the front with the razor and clean up that edge, make it pop real nice. If you don't know, the reason we use razors is not just to make it look clean, but it just, man, it'll make an edge pop. Sometimes it looks like you can't really see an edge that good, especially if you use, say, a half. Once you hit it with that blade, it just makes it pop that much more and look just so much more cleaner. So anyways, as you can see, I've already edged up the front. I have the part and the other side faded. Now check this out. Some people don't know about this. When you put your hard part in, run the scissors through there and get all those little hairs that are hanging over. We got to pay attention to detail, man. It just sets your cut apart from everybody else's. Now I'm coming in with a straight razor and cleaning out the part. I've already went around and actually hit the edge with the blade, so now I'm just cleaning out that part with the blade. And then we're going to go ahead and cut the top and style it. Anyways, he's got amazing hair. I love his hair. Last time I cut it, we did some point cutting, and which we're going to do some more today. But as you can see, we want the back to be long, and we want it to fall into the thicker part in the back. So what I'm doing is I'm kind of over directing the hair towards the back, and I'm kind of cutting at an angle closer to the bottom, about the same length it would be, where I didn't cut down there on the fade part, and I'm going at an angle so that way it can fall nice. I don't really know the angle that I'm at, but anyways, you can kind of see I pulled it back, cut closer to the bottom and a little bit longer towards the top. Now I'm just going in, doing a little shear over comb work, you know, to knock off any little thing, make it blend a little bit better. So now I'm going to go ahead and do some point cutting. I know it's kind of hard to see, so I'm going to move it down in just a second so you can see a little bit better. So basically what I do is I'm not concerned with all the like parts and everything else and, you know, separating the hair. I just grab the hair and you know, I'm trying to make some, being his hair is so long, I want to make some deep cuts. So I leave about, you know, 2 inches sticking out, and then I just chop down at an angle so that way it gives it a nice chunky look at the end. And we want it to be uneven, so that way it gives it that chunky piecey look, you know, that razor cut look. Now I did not have a I can't even think of the name now, the feather razor, so I just created my own. I took my straight razor, put a little comb on it, and now I pull the hair back. I put some tension on it, like right there, boom, and I just kind of tap the ends just to give it more of a razor cut on the end. And right there at the end where we want it to, you know, blend in as well, we kind of want that to look a little chunky. And I like to call it piecey, but you know, just where it looks like the pieces are coming together like that razor cut. Now I'm using some Tomb 45 indestructible clay. I love this stuff, man. That's what I used on Matt Gifted Hands haircut in the last video to give it that kind of chunky piecey look, that messy look. And it's matte finish. I like that. I'm not into the real shine and wet look. I like more of a dry matte look. So now, as you've seen, we went through the emulsification process. Man, I just went ahead and, you know, rubbed it in my hands a lot and warmed it up and just smeared it all over my hands where it's just a thin layer. And then I go ahead and just brush it through his hair with my hands, and then I kind of shaped it and now, you know, pulled it all back. I think it looks pretty good, man. It's falling into place nicely. It's gonna hold nice because that clay has a good strong hold. Man, I think the blend came out pretty nice. Tell me what you think, man. If you enjoyed the video, make sure you like, comment, share, and definitely make sure you subscribe and hit that notification. I hope you liked the cut. God bless you guys. I'll see you on the next video. Peace.